Bank of America is being sued, and yes, they may owe you some money. Bank of America has agreed to pay over $250 million in fines. $100 million of that is going directly back to consumers that have in fact been affected. Now, the crazy thing about this whole situation is Bank of America has been on a run in the last decade of being caught doing all types of fraudulent activity. So it's a really bad bank for personal banking. But on the other hand, Bank of America is being touted as one of the best banks to bank with for your business. It doesn't make sense. But on this video, we're gonna cover both topics, so tune in, we got a lot to cover. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. This is really huge news because Bank of America has always been the forefront of all these fraudulent type of banking activities that have happened on personal banking sites with people's personal banking accounts, all the way from checking to their credit cards, open up fraudulent accounts. This has been happening all the way back in 2012. But this is very recent news where they have agreed to pay over $250 million in fines. Now, 150 of that is gonna go to the CFPB. Imagine that. The government needs to take their piece of the pie, right? Because they just don't have enough right now. And 100 million of that is gonna go back to you, consumers that have in fact been affected by all of these crazy things that Bank of America has been accused of. I have to give you full disclosure that I do in fact have first-hand experience dealing with Bank of America on the business side. I would never bank with them on the personal side, but on the business side, we did in fact open a banking account with them for our business over 4 years ago. So we have a lot of crazy data points. Now the thing about it is, I cannot promote their products because I in fact know exactly all of these issues that they've had. But the crazy thing about this is, I know all of their tips, tricks, and hacks for the business side, and we will get into that towards the end of the video because this information is much more important because it affects a lot of Americans that actually do bank with them on the personal side. The CFPB has launched a serious crackdown on all of the banking industry against so-called junk fees. Now, what are those junk fees? Those junk fees are when you have an overdraft fee or a non-sufficient funds fee. What they did is they charged somebody $35. This is Bank of America. They charged somebody $35 when they had non-sufficient funds, and then they hit them with another fee right after that because the $35 just wasn't sufficient enough, right? Now, the transaction should not be approved. So why is the transaction even going through is mind-blowing to me, because if you do that with a credit card, it doesn't happen, but why does it happen with an actual debit checking account card? That makes no sense. A lot of us know exactly how much money we have on our account, and then there are the others that are really confused about it. That's just the honest truth, because we weren't taught about how to bank properly. And the other big thing that Bank of America did was they opened up accounts fraudulently without the permission of specific clients or customers. So what does that mean? They opened up credit cards, checking accounts, all types of different accounts in their clients' names that they were not aware of. So you need to check your credit reports to make sure that there is not an extra credit card on there that you're not aware of, or any type of accounts that you're not aware of with Bank of America. It could be a checking, savings, whatever it may be, but it was generally credit cards. So if you have a account on your credit reports that's from Bank of America that you never opened, it was opened fraudulently by Bank of America, which is insane. Is it just me, or is it crazy that all of these issues are only happening on the personal side? Now, how do you find out if you qualify and they actually in fact owe you money? You need to pick up the phone and call Bank of America and ask them to give you access to all of the accounts and to check and see what accounts are actually in your name. See if there are any credit cards that are also in your name. Call them and ask them if you were affected by the most recent settlement that Bank of America agreed. if they hit you with any of those overdraft fees or any of those non-sufficient fees, you potentially qualify for it. Call them and ask them directly. Now, the CFPB did state that they will be appointing a special contact person, but of course, they didn't say when they would be appointed, but just be aware they're trying to figure out how to appoint somebody that's gonna be responsible for figuring out who they need to contact. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, like, can we really trust Bank of America to be like, yeah, well, you were affected? Yeah, I don't know. Now that we got all the bad stuff out of the way, let's talk about the positive stuff that Bank of America is actually known for. I've never actually touched on this because I didn't feel comfortable with all the negative stuff going on the personal side. So the personal side, I'm not gonna really promote, gonna stay away from that. The business side, there's a whole other sector that people are not aware of, or maybe you are. But let's cover the credit cards and the lending process for auto loans. Now, when we talk about auto loans, we are referring to business auto loans where you put the actual vehicle in your business name with the help of Bank of America. Now, you will in fact have to be a personal guarantor. They will in fact pull from Experian. So understand, don't believe what all these gurus out there are telling you that, oh no, you can get, your no PG, your car with Bank of America. No, it doesn't work like that. Your personal credit has to be in line. You will be a PG, but it will not report to your personal side. Bank of America will allow you to get all the way up to $60,000 in auto loan lending under one LLC. Now, this is important to understand. If you're in the Turo business or you're trying to get into the Turo business, you can get like a $15,000 car, then a $25,000, and then a $30,000. Spread it across. If you want to get multiple cars, get some more economical cars. If that's what the type of business funding that you're looking for, Bank of America will do it with one hard pull. You can get up to three loans, no more than $60,000 with just stated income. Just so you're aware, we have seen data points where they may potentially ask for proof of income for the second vehicle and possibly the third vehicle. We've seen multiple different data points where they do, and then sometimes where they don't. So I just want you to be aware of that. Another very good point that you need to be aware of, you do not need to have an actual bank account on the personal side with Bank of America, and you do not have to have a business bank account with Bank of America to qualify for the auto lending. Now, that's just for the auto lending for business side. Now, on the credit card side, it gets very interesting. Bank of America Business, you need to have at least a checking account. I highly suggest this before you apply for any type of business credit card with Bank of America. Now, you want to put a minimum of $500 into that checking account. The more the merrier. I have a general rule, $5,000 or more is going to be high impact. Now, you can in fact apply for business credit cards after you've been with them for at least 91 days, or you can just say, I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and apply after you put your checking account money in and you've set it up. We've seen people do that also. But we have seen that you can get 3 credit cards with one hard inquiry with Bank of America. They will pull from your TransUnion credit report on your personal side. There you have it. We gave you a lot of bad along with a lot of good that's going on with Bank of America currently right now. In the news, it's making waves. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments section. If you have any more data points about Bank of America and their business sector or their personal sector, drop it in the comments section for our community, because it's all about you. We cannot do it without you. Make sure to watch the next 2 videos because they are recommended by YouTube. And do not forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.